Okay, everybody, this is S.A.V.E. Detroit TV, episode 3. I'm here with LaTreasa, a big entrepreneur. Now, she surprised me, y'all. She surprised me. A big entrepreneur in the city of Detroit. And as y'all know, I'm taking the time out of the month of February is to promote black businesses and entrepreneurs. And I ran into the perfect one. I'm going to start off saying thank you, LaTreasa, for taking this interview.
It's a pleasure.
And I know it was last minute, but you came through for me, and I really, really appreciate it. Okay, for the viewers, can you let the viewers know what you exactly do and how many businesses you have?
Yeah, so good afternoon, Detroit, right? We say Detroit, so
Detroit.
I gotta say Detroit. I'm not from Detroit, but I act like I am, so I can say that too. But my name is LaTreasa Blackmon, and I am the owner of Taking Steps, and there is a variety of things that we do. We are heavily involved in real estate, from rental properties to Airbnbs and commercial. We are also have tax offices located around Detroit, as well as financial services, and you are looking at our new Detroit co-op location.
She doing it, y'all.
Listen, we are. This is the first time we haven't announced that.
Oh, wow.
We're kind of keeping it like hush because we're not there yet.
Okay.
But it's coming. We're starting construction on March the 1st, and so we are at 7 Mile and Livernois, the hottest area in Detroit right now.
Yes.
A lot of great things going on. So welcome to our new location, John.
There you go. I'm the first person to know about it. No,
Listen, he's the first interview. Okay, he's first.
interview.
Exclusive.
All right. From my understanding, LaTreasa, you from Tennessee.
I am.
How is the transition from the south to the north?
So I actually.
Is it a big difference?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, y'all from Detroit. Y'all Detroit. And actually, when I meet people, they're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from here." Like, no, you're not. But I came to Detroit because I used to work in corporate. So I was a VP in the corporate world for a Fortune 500 company, and they're the ones who actually moved me to Detroit.
Okay.
So I was here. I've been here for about 7 years, and once I was here, I just seen the endless opportunities and just so much growth that was happening at the time. So when I left corporate, I decided that my work here was not done yet, and so I decided to stay here in Detroit. Obviously, the real estate is phenomenal here. And there's so much opportunity for growth here in Detroit, and that's what brought me here. So what the difference is between the North and the South is, I will say, y'all's hustle game is on point.
Yeah, everybody hustles.
Listen, they hustle, but I love that because in the world today, you need multiple streams of income.
Exactly.
The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. The average millionaire. If you just have one, but they got 7, there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
And if 2020 didn't teach us nothing else,
it's the hustle.
You need to be hustling because anything can shut down at any time. Your job, you live in an at-will state, they can let you go at any time, and you've got family and kids to think about.
Exactly.
So you got to start to build your own. And so Detroit, the North, y'all know how to hustle. Now, y'all might not be as nice, but y'all know how to hustle.
That's what I'm saying. The hospitality is kind of different in the South.
Yeah, it is different. Here it's just... in the South, everyone speaks to everyone, just even if you don't know them. You might speak to a couple people here, and they're like, "Do I know you?"
Right. They do that crazy look.
Like, why are you waving at me? Like, you can't look back. Like, who you talking to me?
So it wasn't a hard transition, guys.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, people is people,
Okay.
and so I really feel like when you're genuine and you have a love for people, and you know that we're all put here to be a witness, it just comes natural. It may be a little bit tougher exterior. But at the same time, lead with your heart, and make sure that you put God first and everything else. People are people.
Amen. At what point did you say to yourself, I want to become an entrepreneur?
The interesting thing about it is, like I said, I grew up in corporate. I started working in corporate when I was 15 years old in high school. My dad is still in corporate to this day. Okay. And so I kind of climbed the corporate ladder as I was growing up. So college, master's degree, all those things, I was still climbing the corporate ladder. And in fact, one day I was in my office and with my boss's boss, and I got a phone call from my son's school that said, hey, they always say, hey, everything's okay, don't freak out, but we just wanted to make sure everything was okay at home. Wow. And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Why do you ask? Well, your son is always the first person dropped off and the last person picked up. And in that moment, I realized that I always said I wouldn't be that person where I sacrificed my family to build my career because I grew up that way. And I was becoming that person.
Wow.
And so I realized in that moment that I had a full-time nanny. I had moved away from I have no family in Detroit. I moved away from all my family for my career. I moved my son several times for my career, but yet my nanny spends more time with him than I do. In that moment, I realized that I wasn't living out my purpose because he's never going to put you in a situation where you're going to sacrifice your loved ones and not allow you to be a witness to other people because you're driven off of money. So that's when I started to get into real estate. And the very first thing I did was I flipped a house. And so I bought a house. Obviously, you can buy a little bit cheaper here in Detroit. I bought my first house, and my first flip, I made $75,000.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I've been doing something
Wait
wrong.
a minute.
Right.
So I could, okay, so I need to start planning this. So that's what made
That was your very first deal?
My very first flip,
deal.
I made
Okay.
$75,000. And so that's what made me think that I can help people get into home ownership. I can also be able to spend more time, not have to miss basketball games and football games and, actually be able to be a parent and at the same time have a decent income.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to piggyback off that.
Okay.
What made you want to go into the tax business? Taxes.
So we started off in real estate and then we went into financial advising. And the reason for that, because Detroit, here's the thing. Detroit is the 7th largest city in the United States. All right?
Okay.
But Detroit has the lowest home ownership population in the nation.
Yeah, we always rent from somebody else.
Always renting. People don't even think to own. And when that happens, when I'm seeing all these renters, I get like 75 calls a day, like, you got to rent a property. People don't even think to own. Yeah. And so when all that transpired, I realized the number one reason why people are not buying is because of credit.
Right. Bad credit. Right?
Bad credit. It's not
credit.
because we don't have the money. So once we started to tackle the credit, then it became, I need down payment money. So this is a perfect opportunity for myself to be able to educate people when they have a lump sum of money on how to use it to invest into businesses or to be able to use that to be able to purchase a home.
Okay.
So it just kind of fit with what we were doing. And so if I can decrease the rental population and increase the home ownership population, it also increases the neighborhoods, it increases the value, it increases jobs, it increases contractors. It's just the real estate is the gatekeeper, and everything else just kind of plays along with it to be able to help give stability in our communities.
Wow. I thought I would say Detroit. I'm sitting next to the stage.
But that's just how I think about it, because once you have, because you got to think about it, if we could all have, if every family had a home to pass down to somebody else, even if it's a rental property. So all 3 of my children that I'm connected to, they all have rental properties in their own name already.
Oh, wow.
So when they turn 18, I'm not giving them $70,000 to attend no university. No, don't ask me for nothing.
Yeah.
Either you can get a scholarship, or here goes this house is now worth $200,000. If you had $200,000 when you came out of high school, and that already helped you build your credit, because you can start building the credit of a minor as early as 13 years old.
Wow.
How much different would your life be?
A lot different.
Right?
I'm learning this at my older age. I'm past 40 and just not knowing about credit and.
But they don't teach that in high school.
Teach it, yeah.
They don't even have home equity anymore in school.
Exactly.
You can't even learn spaghetti.
And then my family didn't teach. I was just knowing the bad stuff. Like I watched my granddaddy buy things. He never really used credit and stuff like that.
Exactly. Well, you know why that is? In America, African Americans could not have credit until 1956.
Oh, wow.
So our grandparents couldn't have it, so they didn't know it. Our parents were the first generation to really get it, so they can't teach us what they don't know.
No, yeah.
So it's up to us now that we now understand how important it is. We've got to be able to, if we are the first examples and the biggest role model for our children. So we've got to start to teach them this conversation about finances and ownership, and instead of buying PS5, my son got a vending machine for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
So no PS5.
We're gonna get you a business, right?
We're gonna help you make a business because that starts to build in them that you can own your own.
So, and it sparks that idea. Okay, LaTreasa, now we in your We in your establishment.
And it's
Could
nice.
you explain what the Entrepreneurs Building is about? What it's going to be about?
Yeah, so we are at S.A.V.E in Livernois. We had a location in Oak Park, and we decided if we're going to be a part of the community, let's be in the community.
Right.
And so we are going in this location, and this location will be where our tax office runs for Detroit. We also have co-op suites for entrepreneurs. So if you are first starting out, you may need a business address. You may need, your mail delivered someplace. You may just need an office to be able to drop in. You may need a conference room. So we're going to be the first co-op suite in the greater Detroit area that is Black owned. So this will be an opportunity to network and have seminars together and share information to be able to, help someone else out. Or I may not know what you need and you may not know what I need, but we can help each other. Create that environment of working together and collaboration. There's enough out here for every one of us to eat. So we just got to work together. So that's what
we're going to bag up. I hate to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Let's say that again for the viewers.
There is enough money out here for all of us to eat.
Exactly.
When we pool our money together, we are so resourceful. If we share it together, then how much more powerful? It's not a competition.
Exactly.
And we're here to help each other, not to compete with each other. Or you count my money and I count yours. It's unnecessary.
That was deep. I'm sorry, y'all, but she caught me off guard by bringing me here. I'm like lost for words because this is a beautiful space and it's in the heart of Detroit. It's in the heart of the city. And I'm very proud of her. That's why I'm still kind of like shocked that, what you got going on.
And it's not where it wants to be, but anything in life, and this is what John and I were talking about before we went live, is that it's what you have to work for. Prayer without work is dead.
It is.
So it's not going to be easy. It's a process. Take it one step at a time. But the biggest thing you'll ever regret is not taking a chance on yourself.
Exactly.
It's easy to go work for somebody else. It's easy to keep a 9 to 5. But when you working for yourself, and if you ain't working, you not eating.
You got to make it happen.
You gonna get up, all right? So we gotta just change the mindset. We weren't made to always be just working for somebody else.
Yeah, that's right. I know in real estate, real estate is a real competitive business. What separates you from the other real estate agents?
So I am not just a real estate agent, but I'm a real estate broker.
Okay.
So which means that I have other agents that work for me and work with me. I always say no one works for me. We're all a team.
Okay.
I'm okay with not being the front room. I want us to all be there together. Yeah.
All right.
And so with our company, not only do we have real estate, but we're also a property management company. And so we manage properties for other people. And we really promote unity within it. Every one of our clients is a family. We take it personal. I always say that I'm not going to own a rental property in an area I can't bring my kids to.
Exactly.
I'm not going to have a property where I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping at night. So managing differently and really treating it like it's your own, it doesn't always come. It's not always easy. It's a lot more expensive. But I think that the quality over quantity, and that's why we stay 100% occupied, because our tenant, we take care of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Okay, being an entrepreneur, what were some of the toughest obstacles you have encountered? As trying to build your brand, moving from another state to here. What was like the biggest obstacles you had?
Let me tell you, entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
Everyone's like, oh, I want to have this. I'm like, are you ready? Are you ready? And here's the thing, I'm a first generation entrepreneur.
Oh, wow.
So I had to learn everything on my own. Nobody in my family ever owned a business before me. So when it comes to even simple things as, before you're going and open up a building, do you have an LLC?
Right.
You got a business bank account? You have an EIN number?
Insurance.
Do you have insurance?
Yeah.
You don't know these things, and so you're always tripping. And the other thing is that, I'm not afraid to tell where my falls were so you can avoid those falls. And so if I can share, it's no secrets here. There's enough for all of us.
You teaching.
Right. There's no secret. So if I can share with you and help build your business faster, then that makes both of us better. That makes our zip codes better, not just my address. So just those small things of just making sure I'm doing things the right way so I don't have to back up, and protecting myself so my business is separate from my personal business, right? And so what most people don't realize is that, your former president, Donald Trump,
Wasn't mine.
He filed bankruptcy 18 times.
Yeah. I found that out later after his term was almost over. I had to
Right?
find that out. Yeah.
But he's still a billionaire. Why? Because you can, if something goes left in a business, you can file a bankruptcy on that business today and open another business tomorrow.
See, there's a lot of things we don't really know.
We don't know.
About,
so
right?
everything I own, you ain't gonna find it because it's in a different business name. So don't go looking at my accounts, okay? My houses. Everything I own is in a business because it protects my personal away from my business. And so, and that's the same reason why, Donald Trump only paid $770 in 4 years in taxes.
In taxes, right?
Why? Because I do taxes, so I know how that works. Because he owns a business. And so everything becomes a write-off. Everything I do is a write-off. From my cell phone to my vehicle to a lunch with a partner, everything becomes a write-off when you work for yourself. So there's no reason you should ever...
So he wasn't doing nothing wrong. It's just loopholes in being an entrepreneur.
You can talk about it. I choose to join him, okay? So if he can be a millionaire and do it, then... why are you working for someone else making $8,000 a year and you paying them even more money at the end of the year?
Yeah.
I get a check every year from the IRS because I own businesses. Boom.
Perfect.
But I ain't got no money for you, so don't ask.
So this is like my bucket list, my bucket question. What would how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, I know you're a lady.
35.
Okay, 35. What would the 35-year-old LaTreasa tell the 17 or the 18 or 21-year-old LaTreasa?
That is an awesome question. The 17-year-old.
The advice. What advice would you give to the younger you versus you now?
Yeah, so I think I would tell her that you may stumble, but you won't fall. That life is going to be difficult.
Right.
We really don't control a lot. We think we have control over it, but it never goes the way we plan it.
Never.
It never goes. Trust me, this would already be open if COVID wouldn't hit. All right?
Right.
So it never goes that way. And so it's not, your life is 10% about what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react to it. So when you realize that this is just a bump to what you're trying to accomplish or what your goal is, you don't let that get you down. I always say, have your moment, cry, scream, cuss, yell. I always say you can be on a sick and shut and listen to church for about 72 hours, and then it's time to get back up.
And keep moving, right?
And keep moving, and that's life. And I went through some pretty difficult things health-wise at a very young age. So I lost my mom at 22 to cancer, and I lost her at 24. I had a 2-year-old at the time. And at 26, I was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, wow.
At 26 years old. Perfectly healthy, not sick, just from a regular checkup. Please go to the doctor. From a regular checkup, at 26 years old, I had cancer. And so with a 2-year-old and his father was overseas playing ball, so I was a single parent. Working in corporate, climbing the corporate ladder. And at that time, I just felt like life was caving in on me. Like, who goes to the doctor at 26 and thinks to hear that? But my mother, even though she didn't make it, the way she walked through it was preparing me on how to walk through it. And then that in turn, give me that courage. She never complained. She never cried. Amazing woman of God. Thank God to the day she died. And so with that said, it showed me how to be prepared to walk through it. So I can help other people say that you see us from the outside, but oh my gosh, you're doing these amazing things. You don't know my journey. Right. You don't know my story. You don't know the tears, the late nights, the phone calls, the disappointments. Things are going to happen. But stay focused on what you're trying to do. And it's just every day. Just the only person you're in competition with is the person you were yesterday.
Yeah, the person in the mirror.
Person in the mirror. You got to just look at that and just make progress. So don't be discouraged when things doesn't go the way it's supposed to go, or you thought you should be in better shape, or you thought your income should have been more, or you thought you were going to buy this house and then COVID hit. But just stay focused on because everything happens for a reason. You may not know the reason, but it may be to help somebody else get through that journey a little easier.
Yeah, I realized that doing the S.A.V.E trade thing, a lot of stuff that I've been through, I try to teach the young guys. You can make it through what you've been through because I kind of been through a lot too, and it kind of weighs on me.
Right.
So you just got to push through. I always was the type to push through anyway.
Yeah.
I'm everybody's saying I'm a Taurus. I'm bullheaded, so I let it set for a minute. I keep it moving. You know what I mean? But it is kind of hard, but you know.
But here's the thing,
you
John,
make it
like
through.
what you don't even know, and I didn't share this with him before, is that you're encouraging other people. I read your posts, and I follow you, and I know your story, and we've probably only had 3 conversations in our life. And so don't be afraid to tell your story, because people are watching how you tell your story.
Right.
And it's encouraging other people, and it's healthy to let these things out. We live in a world where social media is everything, and everyone thinks I woke up like this, and I didn't. Okay, I went to the gym at 6 o'clock this morning. I had to go home and shower and do my hair, everything. I didn't wake up like this. Trust me, I wasn't like this 5 hours ago. And so it's not a perfect world, and we have this image that you're watching everyone else and you think their life is perfect. That's not reality.
Right.
Be okay with not being okay.
Okay. Woo, this was a good one. I gotta give it to you. You got me going. Okay, let the viewers know. Let people know where they can contact you if they need a realtor or broker
just
or need help with their taxes.
just say, hey girl, hey. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you may not know what you need. But you can find me on Instagram at Taking Steps Realty. You can also find me, if you need to schedule an appointment, you can go to I am LaTreasa, and I'll put that in the comment section on the live. And then my name is LaTreasa Blackmon, and you can find me on Facebook. But it was a pleasure.
It was.
I really appreciate you I don't know. Listen, I'm just an average girl from the streets of Tennessee. I don't know why he reached out to me.
Because she did one of my basketball games in front. I thought about it. I said, I got to reach back and ask her. I honestly didn't know all this stuff.
I'm a busybody. I do a lot. But I appreciate it. And I think it's an honor and a pleasure that regardless of what, people can come together and just share their network and vice versa, and just really just try to push things forward. Like when I tell you that the things that are going on right now, there's so many positive things going on, and there's so much funding for businesses. If you are struggling to get your business off the ground, like please reach out. There's so much money that's floating around for businesses that people just don't know about. And so I got a grant for $10,000 just yesterday. Tons of grants. There's a lot of money going out. There's PPP. There's S.A.V.E. There's local grants. If you have businesses in Detroit, they are really trying to do everything to keep business alive from the pandemic. So there's so much information out there. It's just, do you have the resources? And stay connected and reach out. I'm an open book, so anything's available with me, I'm willing to share with anybody else.
Amen. Well, y'all, that's it. LaTreasa, she caught me off guard today, y'all. Good job. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm
Taking Steps.
Yeah, I'm sure. If you don't mind, you want to show your,
Yeah, I can show.
We're not done. This is the real S.A.V.E. Detroit. She gonna show y'all her space, y'all. We just gonna walk through.
This is a new location at Mile Road and Livernois, right down the street from Cuzzo's and Simply Casual. This is the hottest area in Detroit. The city is dumping more money here than they did downtown and in Midtown. So this is where all the money is going at. So this is going to be our co-op suite, and also where all of our real estate business will run. So if you need mail services delivered for addresses, if you're looking for drop-in locations, if you're looking for office space to be able to use for your businesses, that will be here. We'll have 18 offices, 3 different sizes, 1-person office, 2-people office, and 3-people offices. We'll have conference rooms. We'll be having events, a lot of networking, a lot of entrepreneur startup information. We'll have a secretary of services. This building has underground parking for safety as well. We have over 120 cameras on the building so that we can make sure that everyone stays safe here. But most importantly, just build a network of information. So this is where all the offices are going to be. And then if you come here, see the amazing windows.
She got the nice feature. Look, windows.
We love windows. And so this will be the space for all of our networking events. So when we want to come together to be able to collaborate, to be able to have small events, women empowerment events, we can host over 400 people inside this room. So that the whole idea is rebuilding Detroit, saving Detroit by sharing information and building the gap between the knowledge and the power when it comes to especially the African American dollar.
There you go. This is beautiful, y'all. Just showing y'all the space. She doing it, y'all. This is her space, y'all. And she's in the heart of Detroit.
This ain't my space, it's our space.
Our space. There you go. Y'all see the glass.
About the suites, you can go to takingstepsuites.com to be able to secure an office location, or to be able to have our drop-in services, or to host an event, a pop-up shop, any business that you have a home here. So we purposely went big because we want to make sure that nobody feels left out.
There you go. Oh, and she having a podcast here too, y'all.
Oh yeah, a podcast room. So as John is doing, podcasts are hot, Clubhouse is hot.
Yeah.
Right? So we have a podcast room, we have 2 conference rooms, we have a lounge area also here. In this building, there's 9 commercial spaces. We have a rooftop bar and restaurant on the corner, and then 18 condos upstairs. So
wow.
All inclusive, everything that you need, from yoga studio to keep your fitness going to hair and nails, and also we're also going to have a location for youth development as well.
Amen. Amen. So support this lady here, y'all. Y'all got to support her. This is the space. And once again, thank you so much.